Hello folks, this is Hitmanvondoom, and I just decided to put what I picked up this past week from my cool list at my comic book store, because I don't want everything to pile up again like the last time, and then for the video to be 30 minutes long. But yeah, so anyway, my mind might be not completely focused on this, because I just saw a completely insane Baltimore Ravens New England Patriots game, and it ended with a guy kicked a field goal over the upright, not in between the upright, over the upright, and it was just controlled chaos, pretty much, that game. But anyway, I picked up Avengers vs. X-Men Round 11. Now, folks, I know a lot of people don't like this, and I'll say this right now, folks. With an event that typically when events are this long, what I typically do is I skip the first few issues because nothing happens. Let's be honest, nothing really happened. They drag their feet, and what I typically do is pick up like maybe an issue in the middle when something actually happens. And in this case, it was the Phoenix 5. This is round 11, but in Phoenix 5, which was dumb. And so that was that one, and then I don't pick up any issues again. I skip all the issues until like the final 2 or 3 issues when something happens again, because the way it worked is nothing happens for the first few issues, and then when you get one middle issue where something good happens. Then nothing happens for like the next few issues after that big thing that happens, and then the last 2 or 3 issues something major happens again. And there you go. I mean, I could kind of name it too. And X-Men Second Coming, not to say that was really good from start to finish, but the first major thing that happened was Nightcrawler died like in the middle issue. And then you have the all-out battles in like the final 2 issues, and the last issue is just kind of like an epilogue. And Messiah Complex, another one. First major thing that happens, you find out Cable's alive, and he has Hope Summers and meets the Messiah. And then the final 2 issues, you get an all-out battle. I mean, it's just, when you read comics as long as I have, you kind of tend to know what issues to pick in these long events. And this was one of those issues where Cyclops killed Professor Xavier. It's a week old, folks. It's old. This comic's a week or 2 old. You should know that right now. But if there's any other reason I hate Cyclops, this is another reason. Oh my god, I just hate Cyclops so much. And I mean, just the plan itself. Let's use a Phoenix Force to save the mutant race. It just makes no sense, folks. Because, I mean, if you read the Dark Phoenix saga, it corrupted Jean Grey pretty badly, and then it has never been able to be in control. You've never been able to control it. No one has. Maybe Rachel Summers or Grey with the exception, but why he would think Hope Summers, a 16-year-old girl, who doesn't know how to use her powers yet, who doesn't know where they come from, how to use it, or how, you know what I'm saying? And she's that young, and he would want to control the Phoenix using her? It just doesn't make any sense, that whole premise. I mean, it's just idiot. I mean, if you were to put the dumbest comic book character of the year, I mean, Cyclops would probably be right up there if you were to have nominations. So, dumbest comic book character of the year, Cyclops is right there. Just a complete idiocy. But yeah, he ended up dying. This issue was okay. Besides that, I was like, yes, something happened, one thing I had trouble with the artwork was the fact that, I'm used to characters being in their own panels, and for some reason, some of the characters didn't even have panels. Like, I remember there's a panel where Magneto is, like, on a top panel. He's, like, not even in a panel like all the rest of them. I just didn't understand that. But this is an okay issue. I mean, Professor Xavier dies, and you could have made it more better, but it is what it is. Ninja Turtles. I got cover B. Ninja Turtles. And I remember I was watching Dark Avenger review this, and he said the artwork was really bad, and he just really laying into the artwork. And I remember I picked it up. I'm thinking, yeah, well, the artwork can't be that bad. I'm over here thinking that, and I open it up, and I'm like, oh my god, the artwork is that bad. I'm not even joking, folks. The artwork is awful in this. It's just really terrible. But it's like, but thank God, the writing is awesome because the story is very, very good. But you know, if you're gonna pay $3.99 for a book, I expect everything to be clicking on all cylinders. I expect artwork to be good. I expect the story to be good. They were 1 for 2 in that department. The artwork is really just awful. The story's great. You know, straight as always. Ninja Turtles. Well, I haven't read the first few issues. I've read 10, 11, 12, but from what I've seen, the story's been really solid. But the artwork, folks, I mean, it's just, ugh, an abomination. Just put it that way, folks. I also picked up Batman and Robin #0, and I've watched other people review this, and I was like, I just couldn't wait to get it, because I've just been hearing rave reviews, and I see why. A very, very good issue, folks. I mean, I love the origin of Damien. You finally kind of get some background, what he's been through, what he's training. I just love the whole thing with Talia, that in order for him to find out who his father is, he needs to beat Talia, his mother, on his birthday, and prove himself. That was just great. I just love how people were complaining that it was violent, and they could have did without the eye poking. But I think that in this case, it's something that it wasn't just there just to add gore and shock value. I think in this case it added to the story, because Damien has trouble controlling these murderous impulses, as you saw in like the first 6 issues. And I thought that this kind of, when he was doing that without even a second thought, that now it kind of gave you a reason why he has trouble with it, because it was just second nature to him when he was growing up. So that's when I don't have a problem. When there's excessive violence, but it adds something to the story, and it's just not there for the sake of being there, then I don't mind it. And so it's a very solid issue. And of course, he finds out who his father is. He meet face to face. It was just a good issue, folks. Very solid. Scarlet Spider #9, I got 2 as well on my pull list. Now, I'm not gonna review this because I'm waiting for issue 10 before I do another State of the Scarlet Spider thing that I did with covering 5 issues. So I'm not gonna read it then. But Ryan Stegman did the artwork. Not the artwork, but he did the cover. So you can tell why it's so badass. This one, Red Hood and the Outlaws #0, and I picked this up because I kind of wanted to see what they want to do with Jason Todd's origin, because it was kind of confusing back in the day, because it was pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths Jason Todd, and he had a separate origin for him, and then there was post-Crisis Jason Todd, where he was like stealing wheels off the Batmobile, and the origins was always kind of fishy, and I was kind of glad to see he kind of got the origin fleshed out. It was more like screw Starfire, screw him, let's focus on Jason Todd. And man, I can just tell you this, and I agree with DC Costa. It was kind of a bummer, a really depressing read, because Jason Todd he had a horrible life, horrible childhood, and you could kind of see why when he was Robin, and now you kind of understand why he's so messed up. When you read this issue, that kind of explains why he's so messed up. And I like that you kind of felt for that. You kind of started empathizing with the character. So I like that. The artwork was okay. It's nothing special, but it's not as bad as Ninja Turtles. Put it this way, it's not bad like Ninja Turtles, but it gets the job done. Let me put it that way. So it was a pretty solid issue. And the only thing I just was like, come on, folks. It was like the Joker. Apparently, the Joker pulled the strings, was pretty much essentially put everything that went wrong with Jason Todd, everything, he was behind it. He was behind his father going to jail, killing his father, behind fighting his mother with drugs and causing her OD, and of course we killed him. He was behind everything, and I just didn't like that, because it was like, so wait a minute, he knows Jason Todd is Robin now, okay, but if he knows Jason Todd is Robin, and he knows that Bruce Wayne took him in as his ward, and why couldn't he just put 2 and 2 together? If you set this up, you set him up to be Robin, why couldn't you put 2 and 2? Oh, Bruce Wayne is back. Why couldn't you put 2 and 2 together? It's just, that's the only thing I didn't like, but it was a pretty good read. And folks, and this goes out to, right here, my Batgirl #1, and folks, if you watch King Joe's comics, and like he says that, of course, some of these comic books are going to end up in the dollar bin. They will end up in the dollar bin. Well, he was right. This I found in the dollar bin, Batgirl #1. And as you all know, folks, I'm starting to get into Batgirl now because the issues that I've read have been really well, and I like the artwork too. So I picked up Batgirl #1 for 99 cents in a dollar bin. Go figure. I was happy to find it. I was just looking through, seeing if I can maybe find something for a family member of mine. And I stumbled upon it. I was like, oh, hell yeah, Batgirl #1. So picked it up, and I read it, and I liked it. I liked the fact that they kind of humanized her, because if you recall, she was paralyzed by the Joker, and she's still not over that, and it's perfectly rational. Everything, all the reactions are perfectly normal, what a normal person would do if they were paralyzed, and now they're fighting crime again. It's perfectly normal. So I enjoyed Batgirl #1. And that's pretty much on my pull list. Batgirl is on my pull list. Well, I didn't get issue 0, but Batgirl is on my pull list till, let's see, there's a current story arc that I'm finishing up, and then the Joker's coming back and he's going to be prevalent in the next 2, so I'm at least for the next 3 months. So I was happy to find this in the dollar bin. Another one I found in the dollar bin was Avengers Extinction #4. Folks, this is not for me. This was intended for someone else. And this is pretty much, it was the prelude to Avengers vs. X-Men, folks. It's the prelude to Avengers vs. X-Men. And if you can tell, and King Joe, you were right. Some of these issues are going to end up back into the dollar bin. This was a $3.99 book. And 99 cents. Just like that, folks. Unbelievable, is it not? So, yeah, and there's nothing really I can say about this issue. I mean, they fight, Cable loses, Hope cures Cable of that techno-organic virus. That's it. It's just like boom, boom, boom. They get, it's not a bad story, but it's just like, for me, it was just lackluster. It was like, okay, this happened, that happened, that happened. Whoopee. You know what I'm saying, folks? And while we're at it, I also picked up some other stuff in the bargain bin. And I found Superman in Action Comics 690, the Reign of the Superman story arc. I found this in the bargain bin right here, folks, for $1. So I was very happy to see that. I find it. And I didn't get to read it yet because, well, I was watching a football game, obviously. But, yep, I found this in the bargain bin. And I found Superman Action Comics from 691 in the dollar bin. Reign of the Superman. See, this is back in the 90s when Superman died and then he came back to life. And then there was all these people that, were running around with a Superman Signa, a Superboy, Steel, the Cyborg, and there was the Eradicator that also running around. So I found this in a dollar bin. I was really happy to find these. I was like, oh, hell yeah, dollar bin, score. So I was really happy. When you go, you never know, folks. If you look deep enough and if you spend some time, you can find some really good things in a dollar bin, like I did with Batgirl #1 and the Superman. So this is just what I got in, just some thoughts on the books. That's it, folks. And also excited to tell you, folks, I finally got trolled. Ugh. And I know people are probably like, yes, why are you cheering? You got trolled, folks. I finally got hit by the troll. I mean, it's just, I just feel like a part of the community now, folks. I don't know what to say. It's weird. I'm kind of weird that way, but it's just like, after everybody else got trolled, I finally got hit with like a bunch of dislikes on my epic epic moments in comic books videos. I finally got trolled on those. Folks, it's like I feel like I've been initiated into the community. And I laugh now. I mean, I was just laughing when I saw that. I just started laughing. I was like, oh yeah, finally I got hit by the troll. I was like all excited and stuff. So it's like, that's just me, folks. I was just happy. People will see the negative. See, I saw the positive. Just like Poet Skinny's, think positive videos. That's something positive. It's like, I finally got, I feel like so part of the community now. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I've been watching some of his videos and it was like, so I was kind of happy. So I was like, Yes, finally. But anyway, yeah, that was my comic book haul and review, I guess. So anyone, thanks for watching.